Hi, welcome to the module 9 collections in Python and editor tools in Python. In this video, we discuss the collections in Python. Now open the Jupyter notebook. Choose the path where you want to save your Jupyter notebook file. For example, in desktop Python folder, this is the your path. Click on new Python 3 notebook. Now what is the collections in Python? The collections is a one module in Python. The collections contains the different functions. In Python, import any module using the import keyword along with the module name. First import the module, after you can use it. Now the collection is the module. The collections contains the different functions. Mainly used functions are counter, default dict, ordered dict, named tuple, and dequeue. The collection is the module. In Python, every Python program called as a one module. Here the collection is the one Python program. The Python program contains the counter, default dict, ordered dict, named tuple, and dequeue. These are the functions in the collections module. In the later modules, we discuss the how to create a modules and packages. Now in this video we discuss the collections only. Now the collection is the module. The collection contains the counter, default dict, ordered dict, named tuple, and dequeue are the different functions in the collections module. Now how to import the functions in the module? Using the from keyword, from package name import module name, or from module name import function name. Now we discuss the one by one. Counter, how to import the counter in the collections module. From module name is the collections, import counter. Click on run. From the collections module, import the counter. You can import required module. Now create a counter. The counter takes any iterable object as a parameter. Now create a one iterable object, for example list. Here I pass the some data in a list. Here L is the list. Now pass the any iterable object in the counter parameter. Now I pass a L. And finally store the your counter return data into the one variable, for example D. Here the counter returns a dictionary data. The dictionary data is stored into the variable D. Now click on run. Here D contains the key value pair. Now what is the counter? The counter is a container that contains the item names as a key and their counts as a value. Now print on the your collections counter dictionary. Here the keys are item names. For example, the L contains the different items. Here every unique item as a key. For example, key 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. That means all the unique values are in your list called as a keys using the counter function. Every key occurrences in the your list stored as a value in the your counter dictionary. Here that means here one is the item name. Here the value is the item occurrences in your iterable object, that is the L. That means your L contains the one occurrences are 2 and 2 occurrences are 3, 3 occurrences are 3, 5 occurrences are 2, 4 occurrences are 3, 6 occurrences are 3, and so on. Now you can perform any dictionary operation on the here counter variable d. For example, d dot keys, it returns the all the keys. Click on run. Here values, click on run. D dot items. Here the one newly method was introduced in collections counter, that is d dot, for example, your counter dictionary dot most common. Here you pass any integer value, for example 3, it returns the most common keys in your dictionary. Click on run. Now print your dictionary. Here the most common key value pairs are returned in most common method of 3. That means which key is mostly occurrences in your list. That means 2 occurrences are 3, 4, 3 occurrences are 3, 4 occurrences are 3. And the next function is default dict. Now what is the default dict? The default dict is used for it appends the default values in the dictionary. Now what is the difference between dictionary and default dict? Here the dict and default dict is the same, but the dict does not support the item append when the key is not in your dictionary. Here the default dict is the default values are assigned to the if key is not set at. That means I give the example. For example, I create a normal dictionary. I create a dictionary. Click on run. Here the dictionary is empty. Now I append the one default value to already not existing key. For example, the dictionary, the name is not as a key because the dictionary contains empty data. Now I am trying to append one default value. For example, Balu is the one name. Here it returns the key error because in the dictionary D there is no name key. Now how to handle? You can use the default dict. Now create a default dict object. Now pass the iterable object, that is the list or dictionary tuple, any iterable object. Click on run. First import, after you can use it any function from collections, import default dict and click on run. Here the D is the default dict. Now the first parameter is the list and second parameter is the default dict. Now I am trying to append already not existing key, because if the key is not set at name dot append, here I pass a Balu. Click on run. Here the default dictionary is allow append the default value to already not existing key. Here the default dict contains the name, the key as a name and value as a list. That is the only difference. You can also append the another name, for example name dot append, for example Chintu. Click on run. Print the your dictionary. Here Balu and Chintu as a list in your key. Now the next function is ordered dict. Now import the ordered dict from your collection module. Now click on run. After importing you can use it. Now what is the difference between dict and ordered dict? The dict returns may or may not keys in a inserted order, but the ordered dict returns the keys whatever you are inserted in. Based on the order, it returns the order using the ordered dict. Using the dictionary may or may not, it returns the ordered. You can create a ordered dict. For example, store a D. Click on run. Now D of I pass a, for example, name equal to Balu and D of age 30, D of location equal to I pass a list, for example IND and US and click on run. Here the D contains the ordered keys based on your inserting into the your ordered dict. Here first name, after age, after location. The dict returns sometimes ordered, sometimes unordered, but your ordered dict anytime it returns the ordered values. Now we discuss the named tuple. From collections, import named tuple. Click on run. Here you can use it your named tuple function. Now what is the difference between tuple and named tuple? Here only one difference. The tuple items are accessed by index the named tuples are accessed by names, then call it as a named tuple. That means accessed by name. Now I create a one tuple here, 1 2 3 4. Click on run. Here the tuple elements are accessed by index only. Click on run. And t of 2, that is the tuple of index 2. Here it returns the second index. The index starts from 0 to n minus 1. Now how to use the named tuple? Here create a object of named tuple. For example, nt named tuple of. Here pass a one named tuple name and their properties or their attributes. For example, you have a one car. The car is the named tuple. The second parameter, you passing any iterable object. For example, you pass a string, you must be add the space. How that means? For example, the car contains the price, space, mileage, space, color. If you pass here the list also, because the list is also a iterable object. If you pass the strings, you must use the space. Now the nt is the named tuple here. Now using the nt, that is the named tuple, you can pass any values. For example, the car price is, for example, and the car mileage is 50, the car color is red, and store the car object into one variable car named tuple equal to. Here nt is the named tuple object, here cnt is the car object. Now click on run. Here cnt contains the your car data. That means your car contains the price, mileage and color. Now how to access the car tuple data? You can use the name. How? Car object name dot, you can use a name. Here it returns the car price. You can use the cnt dot mileage and click on run. Here it returns the 50. Now click on run. Here you can access the based on name only, not a index. That is the difference between tuple and named tuple. Now dequeue. The dequeue is the perform both end operations, like one end is the insertion and other end is the deletion. Now first import. Now check what are the methods available in the dequeue function. You can use the dir. Now click on run. Here now create a object for dequeue. For example, dequeue equal to dequeue. Now click on run. Here dequeue is the dequeue object. Here the dequeue contains the parameter as a list. It is default created. Now use the append method, that is a dequeue dot append method. You can append any data. Here click on run. Your dequeue contains the 1. You can also dequeue dot append of one list also. It stores as a sublist. Click on run. your DQ contains here the list is appended in the last. You can use the extends DQ dot extend. Here you can pass a, for example, 4 5 6 7. The extend is used for the list items are iterable and every item is appended to the end of the your list, not a list appended. Click on run. Here you can check DQ. Here your list contains the 4 is the one item, 5 is the one item, 6 is the one item, 7 is the one item. Then you can use the extend. It iterables the your list items and appended every item in the your list. Now use the DQ dot append left. It appends the your items in left side only. Click on run. Print your DQ. Here the 10 is appended in the left side. Now extend left. DQ dot extend left is same as append left. For example, I pass a 30 40 50. Here before extend method is extends the your data in right side. That means end of the your list. Here click on run. Your DQ appends the your data in left side. First 30 will be appended in the left side. In the next iteration the 40 will be appended in the left, and the next iteration the 50 will be appended in the left. Now you can use the count. Now check, for example, count of 6. It returns the 6 occurrences in your DQ. Here 1. You can use the DQ dot pop. Here it returns the popped value, that is the last item. Deletion at one end, insertion at one end. Here you can also pop left. Click on run. Here it returns the 50 because the pop left item is 50. Now use the remove method. Here it removes the one item in your DQ, for example 10. Click on run. Check your DQ, there is no 10 value. Now DQ dot reverse. Your DQ is reversed. Click on run. Here this is the your DQ is reversed order. Now DQ dot rotate. You can pass any integer value, for example 3. Here it rotates the your DQ list in 3 times. For example, in the first time, here this is the your original list. In the first time, your list contains the here the first rotate the 40 will be moved into the beginning of the your list, and the remaining elements are same after the 40. In the second rotate, here the last item is moved into the beginning of the your list. That means the 2 rotations, the last 2 items are moved into the beginning of the your list. Now the third iteration, the last index item is moved into the beginning of the your list. Now click on run, dequeue. Click on run, print your dequeue. Here your dequeue is the 1, 30, 40, 654 and sublist. These are the functions in the collection module. In the next video, we discuss the getter tools in Python. Thank you for taking the time. Good luck.